Door 99. That one door has been blocked for so long, but as I'm sure you know, it won't be for much longer. It will open at door 90 and will lead to a place we've never seen before. Outside. This is the outdoor, door's next subfloor, and it's much more than you think. Today, I'll be breaking down everything we know from the teasers given to us by Elsplash, and all the theories I've come up with about the entities and the subfloor's layout based on leaks given to us. Some of this is drawn directly on footage, and these are more likely to happen. Some of it is merely my take on the leaks. These are more of a stretch. Let's get into it. First, the outdoor isn't a series of rooms like other floors. It's built like a trail, a path stretching over 7,000 meters. Based on Elsplash's teaser video, it's broken into several main areas. Here is how I think the subfloor will be like. The first area is the garden entrance. It's a gated garden area that sits just outside the hotel. The first room has a fountain in the center. The path is made of dirt, but could also turn into cobblestone the further you go. This path is closer to the hotel. This place has lampposts, thick vines, and possibly shears to cut them. This is most likely a tutorial or a safe mode similar to the first 60 rooms in the rooms. The next area is a park/lake. It's a more forested area with benches, a lake, and signs. The sign in the leak says 2,000 meters and points to an exit. This area is the second stage of the subfloor. This is a somewhat forested section. Entities will most likely start to spawn here. We can also see a tree fall. This is most likely a scare, and something in this section of the subfloor only, similar to the bookshelves falling over in the hotel. The third area is a forest trail and a cabin. The trees become denser than before, with the dirt path leading past a cabin, similar to the one we've seen in other leaks. Buds will start appearing in the ground, possibly a trap. Closets and cabinets can also be found here, confirming a rush-like entity. The final area is the graveyard. There's a shed sitting in the graveyard, which might have the pink petal item from another leak that we've seen. There's also a shed/outhouse with Curious Light's logo on it. I have no idea what it means. If you guys have any theories, please let me know. I'm very open. At the end of the leak, the groundskeeper appears picking up its hat. It could possibly be a final encounter in this area or a boss. Exit sign points away from the graveyard, possibly hinting at multiple endings. So what am I saying here? The subfloor is split into sections: a garden, a park, a forest, and a graveyard. Each scene is the first room. Now, this subfloor is very long. It's marked by distance, not doors, making it the only floor to use a different system. And those exits, I'll come back to those in due time. Now let's talk about the entities. Like all new subfloors, we expect the outdoor to have 3 unique entities, and I have already made some good theories on what's to come. Here, take a look. Our first entity is the groundskeeper. The groundskeeper is a scarecrow entity with vine arms, a scythe, and no legs. It's most likely going to be a chase or stalker entity, following the player throughout the subfloor, but only attacking under certain circumstances. This behavior is similar to the crooked in Pressure. It might use the vines or plant life in the subfloor to move around, or attack easier, since it has no legs. So stay away from the grass and other plants. You can tell it's coming by listening to its audio cue. It sounds like wood hitting wood. Here, take a listen. It could possibly get several chase sequences when transitioning from one area to the next, and possibly when you're ending the subfloor in general. So a nice little touch I would add for this entity is to be able to have its arms cut off with shears. This could temporarily stun the entity, allowing the player to live longer. I think it's pretty cool. and would be a nice touch for this entity. Another note is that it might not be a boss entity since there is no confirmed boss room. The ending clip may just be symbolic for the groundkeeper's role in the outdoor. Next up, we've got the cause. These are blackbirds seen in the outdoor. Now, I don't really think it's an entity. You see, entities are much more scary, and I don't really see how a bird is gonna hurt you, even in numbers. So I think that they are an environmental warning system. Here, let me explain. You see, there are no lights in the outdoor to flicker, so how will you tell if an entity is coming? So these guys would replace the flickering lights on other floors by cawing and flying off. It's much more foreboding. In short, these guys will fly off if an entity is coming. Otherwise, they just stand there doing bird things. Next, we've got a rush-type entity. On all floors, all of them, there is always a rush-type entity. These entities are signaled by something and goes through a room killing everything that isn't hiding. I believe the outdoor is no exception. The second entity must be a rush-type entity. Here is my idea, the horse. Cheddar's gonna be happy with this one. No official name, and not even confirmed, but a ghost horse entity is something that may be added to the subfloor. Just listen to me on this. All floors have a rush-type entity. This floor is no exception. There are closets. This horse fits the environment, since it's, outside. A statue could also be used to confirm this. This horse would be a much more foreboding thing, and a thing that the cause would fear in the first place. Let's talk about it. Spawning. This horse entity will spawn once a player has reached a certain distance or time in the subfloor. This will be signaled by the cause making a ruckus and flying off. Its behavior, it will slam into the player and instantly kill them if not hiding. It is possible to run, but it will always catch up since it's, a horse. The player must hide in a closet to not be spotted. There may be some plain sight spots too, such as the cabin. Its appearance is a 3D model of a horse. It is dark in color and sprints faster than the players. It trails smoke. A jump scare is just of the horse trampling you. Or, it could just be another PNG bot, but I think the horse is cool. Okay, final entity. The buds. The buds are these little buds in the ground. They're kind of like sprouts. I believe they're entities because 1, it says so on the door's wiki. 2, everyone says that they're gonna be entities. And 3, they are everywhere. Okay, let's go talk about them. Their appearance. They're a cluster of mud with a tiny plant sticking out of it. It's most likely a much bigger plant underneath, similar to snare. Its behavior. My theory is that when stepped on, it grows a vine out of the ground and entangles your feet. It will hold on to you tight and will require button mashing to break free. You can also just cut it with shears to get out faster. Its purpose. These little guys will most likely replace snare. It will entangle you, leaving you unable to move, except much more lethal. This will make you exposed to other entities in the subfloor. So, what do you think? Could these entities make it to the outdoor? I'm keeping my fingers crossed. For lore, the player is here for one of 2 reasons. 1, you hope it's an escape out of the trials of the floors. But it's obviously not, which is very sad. 2, the player is just curious to see what's behind it. This is the reason for the rooms and the back door. Now let's talk about the exits. As seen in the teaser, there are ways to exit the subfloor early. Where will these take us? We've traveled so many miles outside the hotel. I think it just skips you to door 100 because there couldn't be a floor change. Curious Light is also able to teleport, which confirms the fact that you end up at door 100. Now, what happens if you persevere to the end? Well, for one, you're a sweat. That's over 4 miles after just walking. As for rewards and exits, you might have one last encounter with the groundskeeper, and then the reward is yours. The reward might be the pink petal, or maybe something else. The exit, on the other hand, I have reason to believe is floor 3 itself. This is because both places seem to be in the same forest. This entire route could just be one big shortcut that skips door 100 and the mines entirely. Here's why this makes sense, and also why it breaks the game. The distance matches up. It's the same forest and the same realm. It makes sense that the exit would be another place in that forest. But this also breaks the game too. If we skip the mines, the Queen Grumble wouldn't be infected. Seek wouldn't even know where you are. This will change what happens in floor 3 entirely. Maybe there will be 2 paths. The one from going through the mines and an alternative route that only curious people can find. But just remember, this is a big stretch. It would be cool if this happened, but it most likely won't. Now for the final reward. The reward will most likely be this petal here. It matches up with the shed in the final area, but it does seem a little small. However, I'm sure it's powerful, especially after going 7,150 meters for it. What will it do? I think it'll empower items. This leak shows a bulk light with this pink droplet icon on it. This petal will probably empower an item. This could be something like infinite light, more or infinite uses, or just better and more efficient items. All in all, the ending of the subfloor may or may not be floor 3, and the reward for the subfloor is an item that may empower other items. So, what is the outdoor? An escape from the horrors of the hotel? A haunted forest? Or a shortcut to something much, much worse? One thing is for certain though, this place should not have been found. But if there were to be someone curious enough to try, they might uncover some great secrets. Comment your theories below. I love to see what other people think so that I can add on to my own. Would you play this subfloor? I know I will. I already missed out on A1000. Like and subscribe for more Doors theories. I've got much more to say. That's all. Have a good day or night, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.